Hello and welcome to SplitTest Monkey. Let's log in using the username and password you selected when you registered your account. The first time you log in, you will obviously have no test to show in your dashboard, so your dashboard will be like this, showing you some help information. You have the menu across the top that we've always had in our Monkey apps, so you'll be familiar with this if you have any of the others. If you've chosen to take an upgrade, you do need to click on Account, and in your JV Zoo Access purchase, you will have the upgrade code. So copy the upgrade code, paste it in here, click Activate, and your account will be upgraded. Let's see how you can actually use SplitTest Monkey. First of all, let's talk about the types of tests you can have. The AB dynamic snippet test, where you're testing element variations such as the headlines, your guarantees, your images and videos. And you also have the split URL, which are whole web page tests, so that you can change a whole layout or something like that. Alright, so let's get started, and the first one we're going to do is we're going to test an AB dynamic test. Say we have a page and we want to test the header, and in this case I'm going to test the color of the header, see which header converts the best and causes my prospects to click here. I can either have a black one, I can have a brown and red one, or I've got a brown only. Now what SplitTest Monkey will do is distribute these evenly to the customers as they come along and click on them. Each prospect will see the same one each time because a cookie is placed on their computer. So however many times they refresh, they will get the same header element. And so we're then testing to see how many go through and click here and go to the destination page. So the first thing we need to do on our dynamic test here is give it a name. Let's call it dynamic test 1. Okay, now you do have three kinds of tests. We've got the auto optimizer, which will automatically pick a winner based on your parameters. You have the manual, it will track the statistics, but you will have to choose the winner, and the conversion race, which picks a winner as the first to reach the goal you specify. So let's look at the auto optimizer parameters. We've got the minimum total conversions. Now we recommend that you stick this at 100 or more, because anything less is a too small a sample to give confidence that the winning result called is actually accurate. The minimum days, we recommend no less than 7, but ideally 14 or more in multiples of 7 days. You do need to rule out seasonality and test for full weeks. For example, if you start the test on Monday, then you do need to end it on Monday as well, because conversion rates can vary greatly depending on the day of the week or the time of the year due to holidays, sales, etc. The confidence percent is the level that the conversion rate measured for the winning variant is accurate. Typically, you should want this at 95% or above. Let's take a quick look at the conversion race. As I said, this one picks the winner as based on the first variant to reach your conversions. So you set the first variant to hit 100, and out of all these elements, it will pick whichever one gets to 100 first. You can, if you wish, set a safety margin so that the winner would have to win by, you could set it, say 10 here, and so the winner would have to win by more than 10 to be declared the winner. And for manual, you'll see you have no options down here because you're going to pick the winner as and when you're ready. You will get the statistics in your dashboard. Right, let's start with an auto optimizer. We're going to leave it at 100, we're going to leave it at 14 and 95. Now, if you remember, we are creating our different headlines like this. So what we need is the HTML to pop in here. This first one is the override element for when the test is not yet published and your page is shown. You do want to be able to see something. You don't want just a blank place there. So that's what the override element is. So here's my first element that says black only. Alright, first element. Here's my second element that says brown and red, if you remember. Now, We do give you a default to start with number 2, but if you want any more, you can click on add more, and let's add the third element. Okay, and if you want to check what the element looks like, do click on the check button and it will open in a new window or a new tab depending on your browser. Once you're happy with your elements, just click Save and Exit. Now you will be given the snippets. This is what you need to put on your page to make sure that the snippets are rotated. This is the snippet that goes on your destination page so that we can track the click-throughs. And this is, if you've got Commission Gorilla, this is what you put in your Commission Gorilla page. So let's take this snippet here. I'm going to copy that. What you need to do is you need to go into your cPanel in your file manager, find your file in your cPanel, click on Edit, and then you've got your page. Now where I want it on my page is right here. You see I've already got one, but that was one I was testing. So I'm going to paste this one here. As you see, this is our OZYQ24, which is the one I had here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my changes, and then this is my URL, and when I click on this URL, my elements will start rotating depending on the cookie on my computer. Let's pop that URL in here, and this pops up as the override because I haven't set it active. So let's go back to my dashboard now. If I click OK and go back to my dashboard, you will see that my dashboard has changed. I have my test here and it's unpublished. So what I do need to do is I need to go in and edit it and publish it. Save and publish. To be able to track the conversions, you do need to take the conversion snippet here. Let's click on copy and put it on the destination. Go back into File Manager, find your destination page and edit it. And you will see that I have actually pasted the code in here already. That's the code you want. So I'll save it. It'll tell me I've had made no changes. I'm going to close it. Let's go back to the test again. This time, if I do the test, because we've published it, I now get the first element that will now cookie me, and I will have to get this element every time unless I clear my cookies. Now if I click here, it will take me through to the destination page. So that is what you're tracking, how many people go to your destination page depending on which element you're testing. If I go back into SplitTest Monkey now, if I refresh my page, you'll see that we've had a conversion here because I've actually clicked on it. Okay, so the statistics are all building up here. Obviously it hasn't won yet because we haven't done enough conversions. Now let's take a quick look at the other kind of test that we've got. So let's just clone this one that we've got, which is our auto optimizer. So here's the auto optimizer. It automatically names it clone of dynamic test 1 and leaves it exactly the same as it was. So let's have a look at the conversion race. The philosophy of the elements is exactly the same, the override and the ones you want to test. The only difference is how the winner is declared. So in this case, the winner will be declared for the first one of these elements to reach 100, and if we set a safety margin of 10, one element will have to have 100 plus 10 more than the nearest rival to be able to be declared the winner. As far as manual goes, again, it is just a different declaration of the winner. We still have the override elements, we still have the elements in the test. The only difference on this one is that you will have to go in and click on which element you want to be the winner depending on how long you want to run the test and what statistics show. Let's come here and do conversion race. Let's change the title. Dynamic test 1 conversion race. Okay, and then we're going to save and publish, and you will get the snippets again. Now you do need to take these snippets and use them on the page you want to try the elements on and on the destination page. It won't be the same snippets as we used earlier because this is a different test. As you can see here in my dashboard, I now have dynamic test 1 and dynamic test conversion race, which is published, and we haven't been there yet. Let's clone that one once more, and let's change this to manual, and let's take dynamic test 1 manual, and we will then go straight down and save and publish, and we will get the snippets for this new test, which we will then have to place in the appropriate places. Now, as you can see, we've got them here. At the moment, everything is sorted by test name. You can sort it by date it was created. You can sort it by mode. Obviously, in this case, it won't change anything because we've got one of each. You can sort it by whether it's one or not. So once something is win one, say in the manual, we went into the manual and we set this as winner element 1. We don't want to save and unpublish, we just want to save and exit. Be careful not to unpublish your test by mistake. So as you see here, we'll get our snippets, but you will see now that number 1 has been declared a winner. So you can sort by any of these column headings depending on which one you want, or whether if you sort on one, all the no's will be together and all the yeses will be together. If you sort on status, it'll be published or unpublished, and the modes you can sort and get your modes together. So that is your A/B dynamic tests. Enjoy.